Let's get ready to rumble!
Good morning. This is the New York session stream, taken as part of our Road to Funded series. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you get anything of value. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell, because we are live every weekday, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. That's 12:30 p.m. West African time. With that being said, let's get back into the charts. Let's get right into the charts. There you go. All right, good morning, y'all. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody had a good weekend. Looking forward to the new trading week here. So last week, not the best week for us. We had a little bit of a losing streak going last week. Had 2 losses on stream, 1 loss off stream. All right, that brought us 8 into our profits a little bit, but hey, such is the name of the game. We keep on moving, right? Keep on moving. So I mean, I did the analysis. I did a breakdown of some of the losing trades we had last week and why, most likely we lost those trades. And in each case, I think it boiled down to, waiting for the move to sort of play out, right? Or waiting for that entry, right? That specific entry, right? Because not yesterday, but I think that was on Friday, the trade we took on Friday, you had this level here that still had never been broken, right? We never had closed below this level, but I still took a sell, right? I took the early sells, right? I sort of took the early sells just to just so that I would have that better entry, right? I sort of took the sells prematurely here, and hey, we paid for it, right? We paid for it because we even acknowledged that this is a daily level right here, right? We also acknowledged that we had a daily level right here, but we still took the sells a little bit earlier than we should have, and hey, we paid for it. So yeah, so every time you take a loss doesn't necessarily mean your strategy is botched, right? I haven't changed my strategy or anything, but just things to keep out for, things to keep looking out for, right? And these are things I know. It's not like I don't know them, right? These are things I know, but yeah, sometimes when you just in the sauce, right, you get lost in the sauce, as they say. But yeah, man, new week. Let's see what we can do here. New week, let's see what we can do. So currently we are actually, let me update this, current profits. We're about minus 200, something like that. We are at about minus 200 dollars, I mean. All right, so this is the current state of the challenge, right? We're yeah, you can see we've been in a little bit of a slump here, right? We've taken about 1, 2, so like 3 losing trades in a row at this point, right? So 2 on stream, 1 off stream. We'll see. Hopefully we can recover, right? We can recover from that little slump and yeah, push onwards and onwards, as they say. All right, let's get into today's analysis though. Let me just clear all of this. Clear all these levels from the charts real quick. Boom, boom. Oh. Dun, dun. All right, cool. All right, so as always, starting off with this yearly time frame, right? As always, looking at this candle right here, it's still the same story, right? We just start from the top going down just to get a clear picture, right? Get the larger picture. So here you had the previous yearly close above, right? Close above into this range. You look to the left, this candle is formed very similar to this one, right? In terms of we came up, right? We came up into this level, or we push through this range, tap into well 208 here, and then reject it, right? But still close bullish inside the range, right? What happened after we had this closure in the past? You had a bottom wick towards this level 192, right? You reject it, and then you continue to push up to fill the rest of this range going up, right? Now we're currently doing what phase of this move? Now we're currently making that bottom wick, right? We've already, if we were gonna mirror this move exactly, you already have enough of a bottom wick to start to drive up, right? But then you look at this move exactly, you look at this move specifically again, and you see that you close inside this range and you held support multiple times before you ever drove up, right? So now, even though you have, you have sort of formed this move here, right, in terms of a push up and a rejection off of 208, even though you have formed this move here, it's very possible that price might still come back for a steeper bottom wick, right, to retest these bottom wick areas, right? You have a bottom wick here, bottom wick here, bottom wick here, so you might have price retesting these areas and then starting to push up, right? At the same time, doesn't mean that you're necessarily good, that this is necessarily going to happen, right? Because if you look at this candle, right, this candle that pushed up, where did we push up from? We pushed up from that level. So this could just be, this could be the push off of the level that you need, right? You might not really need to come back and retest this level, but we'll see, right? We'll see. But yeah, that's just a general outlook for what, for what price is doing, overall. I doubt we'll be looking at this. Yeah, we're gonna stop looking at this every single time, maybe at the beginning of the week, right? Every single week we'll look at the yearly time frame, right? Because the story here doesn't really change much, right? It doesn't really change on a day-to-day basis. So we'll see. We'll start really only looking at the yearly time frame, at the beginning of the week, right, on the Monday. All right, moving on to the monthly then. Moving on to the monthly time frame. So now with this monthly, you have the previous month closed bearish below 190.384 here, right? So that's your level right there. So that's a level of support that you just closed below. You look to the left and you see the other times that you've closed below this level, what happened, right? Here you made a top wick, drove down, right? This didn't happen in one move, happened in two different candles, but still, right? Close below, create that top wick towards 192-ish, right? Drove down. Let's see, where else? Here you close below as well. You made a top wick, is a much steeper top wick at 199, right? And then you drove down, right? This one also didn't happen in one candle, right? But you did eventually drive down to feel the rest of this range come to the downside. So just based off of those, oh, you have this as well, right? Here you closed below, you actually tapped into the lower level, created a top wick, drove down, right? So based off of that, those moves in the past, and the fact that you have closed inside this range now, respecting this level right here as resistance, pushing from that level, you have a top wick now towards this 192 area as well, right? Which, as we've seen, price has used to reject to the downside in the past, right? Man like Israel, how you doing, brother? How you doing? How's the weekend, man? Hope your last week was better than mine, bro. Took some L's last week, some real L's. But yeah, so now we're rejecting this 192 level. We're rejecting this 192.2 level. We're coming down, so I'm expecting price to fill this range at some point here, but we'll see, right? We'll see. Because if you notice that, well, I mean, in this case you just did it in one move, but you have multiple instances here where you close inside this range, you made your top wick, but you didn't drive fully, right? You didn't drive, like in this case, you didn't drive fully. It sort of happened over the course of two candles, but we'll see. Blue accounts and gain more experience. Yeah, bro, that's a part of the journey, man. Can't really call yourself a trader if you never blown an account, man. Come on, You know what I mean? It's part of the process. Part of the process. But hey, we move, man. We move. We learn from the mistakes, as you say, right? Learn from the mistakes and we move. All right, so let's see what happens here. I am expecting this to fill this range down towards 186-ish levels, but we'll see what wants to happen here. If we do want to drive down, though, this is as much of a top wick as you need, right? You don't really need much more than this, but that doesn't mean we are gonna drive down, but we will see. All right, moving on to the weekly now. The weekly candle, so previous weekly closed bullish, right? Previous weekly closed bullish, but we closed bullish respecting 192.2 here, right? Yeah, you look to the left here, you look to the left, a couple of things could happen, right? Because here you have price closing inside this range respecting this 192.2 level. You sort of come down, you make a bottom wick at 189.978, and then you drove up here, right? But then look at this one, you closed above, held support, you sort of bounced around these ranges, and then you melted, right? Then you pushed down. So I mean, based off of how the higher time frames are looking, I would prefer that we get, you know, we sort of get entries, or we sort of get a setup towards the sells. That's what I would prefer. But at the same time, you have to keep in mind that just as how we held this level of support to drive us up, the same thing can happen here, right? But things are sort of looking like they want to form for the sells, but you know, like we said, we don't want to take anything hasty, right? That's how we got into some positions we most likely should not have been in last week, right? You want to let the move sort of develop, right? You want to let the moves develop. If you miss the move, you miss the move, right? But you want to let the entries develop, let the moves come to you, right? But yeah, we'll see what exactly wants to happen here. You have your intermediary level here. Yeah, you got your intermediary level there, got this weekly level there. Let me see. Yeah, I guess that doesn't matter. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll see what wants to happen here. We'll see what wants to happen. Yeah, because now you've made this bottom wick, right? You could start to reject and drive up, or on the flip side, you might continue to push back down, right? So either of those two things could happen here. So it's up to us to find those entries on the lower time frames. All right, moving on to the daily now. So daily closed bullish as well, right? Daily closed bullish, rejecting this daily closed bullish, rejecting this 189.936 level. So I mean, we look here, if we look to the left here, most times that you've had this formation, right? So a tap into this level, and then you respect it, right? So basically a bearish closure, then a bullish closure. You tend to drive up and fill this range, right? So here you did the same thing, all right? Bearish closure, bullish closure. I mean, this bullish closure already filled the range. Let me see. So here, bearish closure, bullish closure. Then you fill the range going up. Let me see. I don't know why trading view is lagging. A little laggy. So here as well, you close respecting, right? Bearish, bullish, continue to fill the range up. Yeah, so I mean, looking to the left here, most times that you held support, right? Most times that you've held support at this level, you tend to continue to drive up to at least fill this range back up to 192.2. So we have to keep that in mind, you know, when we're looking for positions here, right? So if you're gonna start taking any sells, you probably want to see good closures below 189.72 and price respecting that level as well before you get involved with any sells, right? But we'll see. We will see. Let me see. Put this here, and it's sort of an intermediary level. Okay. All right, cool. So this is what my levels on the daily are looking like. This is what my daily levels are looking like. If we are gonna mirror some moves or the moves in the past, we're most likely gonna flip on this candle and fill this range up to 192.1.2. Yeah, so if we're gonna mirror this moves to the past, in the past, we're gonna mirror this moves to the left. Most likely you're gonna feel this range, but of course that's just a probability, right? That's not something that has been shown that is definitely gonna happen, so we're gonna have to wait for those entries. So then the name of today's game is wait for the entries, right? We don't need to rush any moves here. If we miss a move, we miss a move, right? All right, bet. So yeah, you look to the left here, you also have this intermediary level, right? You have this intermediary level of resistance, and you can see that price also closed above, right? So previous daily also closed above that level of resistance, but at the same time, where did we open? We gapped down and we opened below this resistance. So for you to start taking the buys here, for the buys to be really sure here, most likely want to close above 191, but we'll see, right? We'll see. We will see. All right, cool. Moving on to the 4 hour now. So you have this level of support here on the 4. Okay. What level is that? What daily level is that? That's the okay, that's potential bottom wick areas, yeah. Potential bottom wick areas. Okay, 191.091. That would be the top of your range. Okay. All right. So currently it looks like this 4 hour closed below this level of support, right? Yeah, it does look like we closed below that level of support, but very barely, just barely closed below, just barely closed below. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these the current ranges that we're you know, the price is printing in. I'm not exactly the greatest fan of these levels here. Not the biggest fan of these levels. Let's see. So that's the daily. Might come down for about a week. So what might happen here is that you come down, right? If you flip on this candle, you might just start to come down, tap into this 189.096 level, and then reject, and start coming back to the top side, right? Just based off of, you know, how the daily is looking, because that would just be a steeper bottom wick for the daily, right, to drive up and continue, or sorry, yeah, steeper bottom wick for the daily to continue to drive up eventually, right? So that is something that might happen. Yeah, so this candle could flip. You could flip on this candle now. Actually, what is that level of resistance? It's not even on there. It's 191.115. 191.115. So that'll be up here, yeah, somewhere up here. Okay. All right, let's see what happens here. Yeah, it's not very clear what price wants to do exactly. Maybe it's because it's a Monday. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's because it's a Monday. I need a little bit more time to get those price action juices flowing, as they say. Yeah, we'll see what wants to happen here. I mean, right now we're just waiting for closures for price to really show us its hand, because at this point anything can happen, and I'm not the biggest fan of these ranges, to be honest. The current ranges we're playing in, I'm not the biggest fan of these ranges. Yeah, not the Not the biggest fan. Okay, so your daily levels pretty straightforward though. Your daily levels are pretty straightforward here. Shit, bless me. My fault. Alright, yeah, let's see. Yeah, so pretty straightforward levels here. I don't know why I got 4 levels. Not sure why I got 4 of them joints. Alright, so pretty straightforward levels here. It's just a matter of is price gonna print in a straightforward manner, you know what I mean? So previous hourly close bearish, feel the rest of this range going down, right? Rejected. Now we're rejecting this level of support, coming back up. Yeah, I mean, nothing really stands out right now. Nothing is really standing out right now. Nothing is really standing out right now. Yeah, so I mean, this, depending on where you put this, right, you could consider that this closed below, but given that it's a general area as opposed to a specific price point, honestly, it feels like hey, that's the what's it called? That's the goal, yeah, but the goal is also to give you, you know, profitable advice, you know what I mean? Right now I'm just yapping, right? Because even I ain't profitable, so it's a one-on-one webinar with everybody, because at this point I'm learning from y'all learning from me, my mistakes and shit like that, you know. We trying to get better. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you though. All right, so at this point it's a waiting game, right? At this point we wait. Yeah, like I'm not seeing anything in these ranges. I'm not seeing anything in these ranges at all, and I'm not gonna force anything, to be honest, because yeah, like most the 2 trades we lost yesterday, it's almost like we forced the positions, right? Because we sort of understood that, you know, that's what price wanted to do in the long term, right? Because like even Friday's trade did this level right here. Friday's trade, I mean, after this, Friday's trade was basically to come down to this level, right? Coming down to this level was pretty much Friday's trade. What happened, right? We took ourselves early, right, before we closed below here. And before we made that top wick, right, we took ourselves early, and then we got, you know, we paid for it. So really, you just wanna chill out. If you miss a move, you miss a move, right? No FOMO. You miss a move, just come back the next day, the next session, whatever. There will be more moves to take, right? There will always be more moves to take. So yeah, at this point, I'm not, you know, sometimes I say like, oh, I'm willing to take the risk or the gamble on certain positions, right? Getting into certain positions early. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to chill on that and just, you know, high probability positions only. High probability positions only. Let's see if we can't bring this account back to life. Let's see what one. All right, so hourly closes in about 11 minutes. Let's see how we close. Actually, news. Do we have news today? So no news today. We got pound news in the evening, but apart from that, no news. Yeah, no news today. Yeah, let's see what happens though. Let's see what happens. Let us see what happens for our I would prefer the sells. But you know, you gotta keep this in mind, right? Gotta keep this in mind, that price, with the way price is opening up here, or with the way price opened up here rather, it could either just go down or push up. It could do either or we just range, right? So you want to be careful here, especially with the way that daily opened below a resistance level, but now we're currently tapping into a level of support. Yeah, you want to be careful. I wonder how we came down here. This 30-minute. I wonder if we came down without a top wick. That would have maybe been a nice entry for whoever saw it. Potentially. Yeah, so I mean, this was a fake out on the hourly. You had a fake out right here. Right, closed above, close. Well, is this a fake out? Nah, never mind, because you have top wicks towards this level, right? So there's a level of resistance. It would have been a fake out if we never actually filled this range, right? But we actually did fill that range, so it's not really a fake out. Yeah, 8 minutes left for a hourly closure though. We'll see how that closes. We will see how that closes. Man. What other pairs you trade, man? What other pairs you trade in the chat? I do trade gold. I know I said I would. Oh, I think I actually just forgot. I just remembered now. I said gold. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I trade gold as well. I used to trade both of them, you know, together. But then I realized, because they move sort of differently, like just price action wise, because they sort of have a different MO. When I analyze them together, right, when I start like jumping from one chart to the other, it's not that I get confused per se, but I think it's better to just focus on one pair sometimes, right? Yeah, it's better to focus on one pair sometimes, because I had a lot of instances where I would do my analysis on GJ, then I would go over to gold, do my analysis, then I take my entry on gold, and it'll sort of be a losing trade, but then I'll go to GJ and I'll see, the analysis I did on GJ is playing out type of thing, right? So I was like, might as well just pick one, stick to one, you know what I'm saying, at a time anyways, just sort of focus my efforts and see. It produced some decent profits, I'm not gonna lie. DAX, yeah, I gotta get into the indices as well. I'm just not too sure of Bitcoin. Yeah, you a brave man trading Bitcoin, dog. Yo, this joint has been dropping. This joint has been melting. I'm sure my brother is eating right now. The Nas 100 has been absolutely melting. Just because of Trump? I don't know. The Nas has been absolutely melting. BTC. Or maybe I should be trading indices, huh? Especially with everything going on these days. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, let me I'm gonna look to get back into gold pretty soon. Gonna look to get back into gold pretty soon. I'm just trying to get past this phase one, to be honest with you. We were so close to. We were about, well, doesn't matter, but we were close. We were close. All right, we're pushing up here, making our way up here. So we're not, it's not like we're waiting for news, right? We're not really waiting for any type of news. Yeah, we're not waiting for any type of news. Good prop firm? Well, I can, I can suggest the one I use, right, which is Fivers or 5%ers, whatever they're called. Yeah, the 5%ers, these guys. So I can suggest them just because, I haven't really, I've had an issue with them, but fibs? What's fibs? Like fibbing? What's fibs? What you mean by fibs? Oh, fibers? Nah. Fibers. I still don't know what you're talking about, dog. Man, I meant fivers. My fault. 5%ers. The fivers. This one. Like that. Does that shit show my name? It doesn't, huh? Yeah, so that's a decent prop firm, especially for the price. I think they have one of the cheapest pricing right now, one of the more affordable pricing right now. And I haven't really had any issues with them per se. I had the whole issue with so I basically took a trade, and during news my spreads went crazy, like absolutely crazy, like more than you would expect from news. Even for news, this was crazy, right? So I had to call them out on that. But of course they're gonna say it's just news, right? But it is what it is, right? So yeah, I haven't really had any issues with them apart from that, to be honest. And it's a good they have a good model, right? They got a good scaling plan. They got a good the price point isn't too bad. Yeah, it's not terrible. But if not Fivers though, the old trusted the most trusted one is of course FTMO. Yeah, like of course. Yeah, like the rules and all that stuff around it, they're pretty decent, right? They're good. But like I couldn't tell you if they're, because I haven't been funded with them yet, right? So I can't really speak on personal experience when it comes to the reliability of payouts and all of that. But based off of what other people are saying, they're pretty reliable in terms of payouts and things of that nature, right? But yeah, I can't really say from that aspect from my from personal experience. But everything else though, like the trading, what do I call it, the trading environment, the rules, all that stuff is very straightforward. You know what I'm saying? Very straightforward. They're not really, at least for now, from the time being, I don't think they're not pulling any strings to sort of mess with you type of thing, right? The spreads are atrocious sometimes, right? Spreads are atrocious sometimes, especially during news. But I guess that's what you're gonna expect from a prop firm, right? But yeah, I would recommend it though. I would recommend it. It's a good price point for a challenge. It's a good price point for a challenge. I think they changed like the size of the accounts. I think they changed it, but I don't really know to what. You can check it out on their website though. All right, this hourly just closed. Okay. So hourly just closed bullish. All right, hourly just closed bullish, rejecting off 189.527. We just closed bullish, but still respecting 190.3. It's 4 hours, still looking like a top wick. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything right now. Yeah, no problem, bro. But do your due diligence, right? Do your due diligence in case you see any red flags that, you know, I might have missed. But hey, I've been with Fivers for a while though, and I haven't, like I said, I only had that one issue, and hey, it's just crazy spreads that sort of come with the territory, you know. No problem, brother. All right, so I mean, we had this bullish closure. We have this bullish closure now inside the range. I don't see an entry. Yeah, I don't even know what price is trying to do right now, to be honest. I'm not really sure what price is trying to do. I don't like these ranges. I don't like these ranges that we're currently playing in. All right. Yeah, I mean, it is a Monday as well. Like if things keep on forming like this, it might be a early close to the stream. Cause then it's just looking like price is gonna range in these between these levels, right? But we'll see. Y'all hear the police sirens? Let's see. I mean, I guess if the 4 hour could close above 190.347, that would be a potential buy right there. Maybe a potential reason to buy, but all right, let's see what happens. Yeah, right now this is sort of in limbo. Not really seeing much here. Nothing much really happening. I gotta get back on my gold analysis. Actually, I do have to get back on my gold. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? So starting from tomorrow, you know, by God's grace, we're here tomorrow. Yeah, starting from tomorrow, I'll start doing the gold breakdowns as well. So after I do GJ breakdowns, I'll do gold. We're not gonna take any gold trades though, right? We'll just do the breakdown and sort of we'll refer back to it from time to time. You know, we're not gonna focus on gold, but just to get back into the swing of gold before we actually start taking trades again. I won't be available tomorrow. It's all good, bro. It's all good, man. All right, cool. Yeah, it's a waiting game now. So not much going on, to be honest. Not much going on here. Hey, yo, where you I don't know if I asked already, but where you from, bro? Or not from, but I'm not trying to be the feds or nothing, but where you at? Saying I ain't trying to be one of them feds. I think you told me before. Unless that's not you. I don't think that's you. think it's the other guy. My brother Nice is from South Africa. I don't know if you said you were from South Africa as well, but I forget. Sugar boy no abalumo. Maru. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, not much going on. Not much going on right now. It's a waiting game. So yeah, vibe out. We're just gonna chill around, wait for the. I highly doubt 15-minute closure is gonna do much for us in terms of positions or entries. So yeah, pretty much waiting for the 30-minute close for the most part. So let's see. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm around. I'm gonna be around. You know what I'm saying? I'll be in chat. If you got any questions, I'm still around. But yeah, we're just gonna wait and see how this develops here. We'll wait and see how this develops, and we'll see how this 30-minute candle is gonna close. All right, man. Vibe out. All right, so we're coming down right now. This 15 is about to close. 15 is about to close. Interesting. Let's see how this closure is gonna be. I'm not gonna take anything off this 15 closure for sure, but I do just want to see how exactly this is gonna close here. So 4 hour coming back down. Looks like you're forming below. Yeah, I'm curious to see if we close below here. I mean, you closed respecting what this level would be on the hourly, right? So you close respecting the hourly level on the 15. All right, but you do have instances, because you look to the left here, right? Look to the left, you see price driving from here, right? Driving from these areas, right, on the 15. So, you know, you might still push down here. You might still push down off of that 15-minute closure. Especially you're coming up now with no bottom wick, right? Now, I mean, you have a little bit of a bottom wick, but yeah, you see we just tap into that level. You might just start to melt now. You might see this candle just start to drive. But of course, this is all speculation, right? No entries until we actually get an entry. No entries until we actually get an entry. But if we can get a 30-minute close though, let me see. Yeah, because like, if we can get a 30-minute closure, if we can get a 30-minute closure below, right, below this level here, preferably you would want a 30-minute closure below here, right? Yeah, preferably a 30-minute closure below there. Get your top wick, right? 30-minute closure below here, get a top wick. You can probably take the sells to fill the rest of this range going down, right? It's about 24 pip range. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we understand. My fault. We understand that the 15-minute could, you know, you could start to push now. You could start to push down on the 15 now. Or from right here, you could start to push down on this 15, but again, this is not really an entry, at least not for us. All right, it's not really an entry. So if we say we want to get into this earlier than, you know, or we want to get this earlier than the entry making itself known to us, right? If we say we want to enter, it's pretty much gambling, so to speak, right? It's high risk, high reward. You know what I mean? Because I mean, like right now we're pushing down, right? We are pushing down right now, but again, no entries. This could just start to push back up. We're pushing down right now, but this could literally just, you know, hit a dime, right? Hit this level of support and start to drive back up. So you never know. That's why you want to get into, that's why you want your entries. Because if we took these sells coming down, I would be biting my fingernails, right? Yeah, no type of entry. No type of entry right now. Yes, sirski. We about to sit on our hands for this one. About to sit on our hands for this one. Cause there is nothing going on with this. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens though. Hopefully we don't just, you know, hopefully we don't just melt. Right? Hopefully we don't just melt. Alright, if the 30 minute, you know, provides us with something, we'll take it. But if not, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. Actually, are we? Yeah, you want to be careful with the buys as well. Sorry, with the sells as well, right? You want to be careful. Like that 30-minute now. What level am I looking at for the 30? Let me see. Yeah, I'm looking to fill this range for the 30, right? Which is from 189.77 to 189.527, right? I'm looking to fill that range, but you want to be careful because this daily level is right there, right? So that range falls inside this daily level, right? Around these areas here. So you want to be careful. Yeah, you want to be careful. You want to be careful. You want to confirm move here. To be honest, if this continues to drive down and closes below 189.527, I'm not mad at that. I'm actually not mad at that, because taking a position off the 30-minute close inside this range, a little risky just because of where the daily is, right? A little bit risky just because of where this daily is, because we are still fighting this monthly candle, right? Not monthly candle. We are still fighting this daily level. All right, so yeah, you want to be careful, extra vigilant here. You want to be careful. So if we do close below though, if we do close below on the 30, I'll wait for a top wick and then take the sells. If we don't get a top wick, then that's c'est la vie. That's just life. All right, give me 1 second, yo. All right, we back. Yeah, so yeah, pretty much I'm gonna wait for this 30 to close. We close below, I'll wait for a top wick. All right, I'll wait for a top wick and then take the sell, because you want to be careful in these areas, right? You want to be careful. This whole range from 189.94 to 189.527, you want to be careful. But yeah, we'll see. We will see. Of course, don't forget though, you could still drive up here, right? You could still drive up, because this daily still closed above this level right here, this 191 level, right? That daily still closed above, and like we saw in the past, most times that you close respecting this level in this manner, you typically do drive up and fill this range up to 192. So keep that in mind as well. And you're at a level of support, so yeah, all these things you want to keep them in mind before you actually take a position here. To be honest, now that I've just said that out loud again, if we close inside this range, that top wick is gonna be, it has to be significant. Yeah, I would need a significant top wick to take a sell from this position. Like if we close below here, I need a significant top wick. I might be wrong though, but yeah, it's too much going on there. All right, there's a level of support here on the daily, higher time frames are also telling me that it's possible that we come up here. right, for a steeper or sorry, to fill the range up. So yeah, look, you gap down on the open, right? You gap down on the open, you still have an imbalance here, right? You haven't really filled that gap here. So yeah, we'll see. We will see what happens here. We'll see what happens here. Just gotta be careful. But yeah, still waiting on the 30-minute close. So yeah, vibe out. All right, there goes our closure. There goes our closure. Let me see. So we closed below, right? We did close below. At least we closed below the hourly level, not below the 30-minute level though. So really nothing here for us. Nothing here for us quite yet. Nothing here for us quite yet. So yeah, it looks like we're just gonna wait for the hourly close here, which is also going to be the 4-hour close as well. All right, so not much going on. Let me see what the other pairs are doing. Nas still going down. Gold doing whatever gold is doing. Yeah, so nothing much going on. Now you've closed below on this 30-minute candle. You have closed below the hourly level, right? Yeah, but you're still inside these ranges, right? You never close below 189.789. So even if we start making the top wick here, it's not really I don't really have entries. All right, it looks like it wants to go down, but looking like something is different from actually having entries for it, right? It does look like we want to drive down here, but yeah, I need something else. I need an entry. It's hourly still open. Currently playing around daily level of support. Yeah, it's too much going on here. Yeah, let's see what happens. we have a 15-minute close here. Got a 15-minute close, so that's interesting. That is an interesting 15-minute close. Yeah, nah, it's not something we can take though. Not something we can take, because the way this 15-minute just closed and opened up, right? He closed above this level, right? He closed above this resistance that you form now on the 15, right? So you close above that level. You currently have no top wick, currently making a bottom wick. I actually would be willing to take this if, yeah, nah, never mind. Yeah, this hourly doesn't look good, because you have this level right here, right? You got this level right here, right? So yeah, you might just come up, tap that level, and then continue to push back down. So yeah, you're not in the best area here to take any positions. You're not really in the best area to take any positions. That 15 does look like it wants to drive up though. 15 does look like it wants to drive up, but based off of the way we're trading, based off the move that we're looking for, yeah, we're gonna have to wait this out. So 13 more minutes to the hourly close though, not long now. We'll see how that closes. All right, we are back. 20 seconds left here for this hourly closure. Let's see what this closure is looking like. Looks like we're gonna close bullish, or at least we're closing above or inside this range, right? What does that look like on the 4 hour? What does that look like on the 4 hour? I'm actually just clear these levels up real quick. Okay, so on the 4, where's my level on the 4? Let's see. All right, so we just opened up on the 4, or we just closed and opened up on the 4. Currently have no top wick for that 4 hour candle. You close respecting this level right here. Let me see. Look to the left. We look to the left here of other times that you've closed respecting this level like this. So here you drove up, right here you came down, you held support, right? Held support, had your continuation candle, continue to drive up. You're currently above these areas here on the 4. Let's see. Yeah, currently above these areas here on the 4 as well. Right now you have a bottom wick coming down towards that level. How many pips is this? 8 pips. Okay. All right, now you're coming down. You got the hourly level over here. Now you're coming down. All right, so that's all the bottom wick you need in terms of this 4 hour, right? This 4 hour is gonna drive up. You don't need much more of a bottom wick than that, given that we just closed respecting, right? We just closed respecting this level here. And because we just closed respecting that level, I highly doubt the probabilities of you coming back down here without a top wick is pretty low, right? Because you didn't quite tap into these higher levels here, right? So you would think if you're gonna, even if you're gonna come down here, if you're gonna start coming down here, you probably need to tap into 190.33 around those areas, right? Okay, so 4 hour hourly. Yeah, the hourly doesn't really look the best, right? This hourly doesn't look the best to drive up, just because, well, really it's just the moving averages, right? Because this range here, this range is still a valid range. It's not like there's no level here, right? It just doesn't look the best because of the moving averages right now. But yeah, you could still come up, right? Reject all of that. Let's see. Okay, give me a second. All right. Wick entry that low. Yeah, so I'm gonna look to take the wick entry here. I'm gonna look to take the wick entry, and then we'll have our vantage point. Yeah, you have your vantage point really at the flip, right? The flip of that candle. Okay, so where are we at currently? Okay, coming down. All right, let's see how this first 5 minute candle closes. First 5 minute candle is about to close. Let's see how we close on that candle. All right, I'm gonna just get ready here. It's the 4 hour. Yeah, why come down again? Closing below here. Yeah. All right, so with the way this 5 minute just closed, I'm gonna look to get in a buy right here. Oh man, my stuff isn't even open. I don't have my terminal open. Yeah, I'm gonna look to get into a buy. I just gotta open my terminal up, so I'm not in there yet. Hopefully we don't start to drive immediately. All right, GJ, cool, GJ. Currently at 50, so we're gonna go 50. Coming up. Stops 189.355. One. Yeah, so I'm gonna get into a position right there. I wanted it to be right at this level, but we're still around these areas, so it don't really matter. So yeah, I just took a buy right there. Vantage point here is gonna be the flip, right? Your vantage point here is gonna be the flip of this hourly candle. And I say that just because if we didn't have this, if our moving averages weren't looking the way they do, if our moving averages weren't, you know, if we weren't really tapping into these levels, respecting these moving averages like this, I would say we could probably hold this up until at least 190.38 before we actually manage the position or move to BE. But at this point, as if we can just flip on the hourly on the 4 hour, then you know, I'm gonna go BE and we'll see what happens there. We'll go in with a tight stop loss. To be honest, the only stops that make sense to me in this trade would be these lows, right? Because I don't see the scenario that you would come down to these lows, right? I don't see the scenario where you would come back down here without actually making a top wick first, right? Like, even if you were gonna come down here, I would assume that you're gonna, you know, tap into a higher level here, because you did close above, right? You did close above this level of support on the 4. So even if you're gonna come down here, I would expect you to create a top wick, you know, a steeper top wick first. So and this candle doesn't even have a top wick, right? So we have 0 top wick right now. So we'll see what wants to happen here. Yeah, let's see. But this move can drive though, right? You could keep this move running, but I would suggest as soon as you, or if we can flip bullish here, if we can flip bullish on the hourly on the 4 hour, I'd suggest you go break even. Well, I actually won't go break even. I'll move my stops to these lows. All right, because basically we got in on the wick entry, right? The whole point of the wick entry is to sort of snipe the move, right? To snipe exactly where price is gonna turn around. So pretty much I'll move my stops to these lows. If we can flip on this hourly now, I'll move my stops to these lows. If we continue to push up here, we tap into 190.335, then I'll move my stops to full BE. I'll move my stops fully to BE. And yeah, so I mean, potentially here you might drive through, right? Price might drive through. You might see something like this happen where you just drive through towards this next 4 hour level. So these are our current targets, right? These 4 hour levels are our current targets. We'll see if we can get up there this New York session. Okay. All right, that's trade number 6 on stream for the month. Let's see if we can tie the record. 222 twos all around. Okay, we're coming up towards the flip. Potentially here, it might just flip. All right, there goes your flip. So right now you want to either go break even or you want to move your stops to these lows. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move my stops to these lows. So that's 189.841. Okay, so I just moved my stops to these lows right here. Let's see what happens. If you continue to push up here, so you see, yeah, so your first level of potential, like where you would want to start considering taking out some type of profits, would be 190.255. All right, so you tap into this level, you're not guaranteed to push past that level. All right, you're not really guaranteed to push past that level. You might just reject and start to come to the downside. But based off of what the higher time frames are telling me, I mean, at least it's at least a possibility, right? Just based off of what the higher time frames are saying, it's at least a possibility that you are gonna continue to drive up like this, right? But at the same time, those moving averages, hourly moving averages, pointing to the downside. 4-hour moving averages pointing to the downside. Yeah, but you do have your strongest. So our strongest level for the way we trade is the daily, right? Because you know, you have like the daily is the highest time frame that we use to actually, you know, inform our day-to-day trades. We pray for blues. Yes, sir. Play for blues. Yeah, I mean, at this point, now that you have a top wick, on the 4, you're free to drive down now, right? So that's why I'm saying, you know, you wanna either be break even right now, or, you know, take out some profits, or maybe even close the position, right? I mean, this is about what, 20 pips? No, 10. Well, it's about 10 pips right now, but at the highest we were at about 15-17 pips. But yeah, I'm still in here though. I have my stops. I've just moved my stops to these lows. Yeah, we'll see what wants to happen here. You got 2 minutes left for a 15-minute close. 2 minutes left for a 15-minute close. I mean, ideally you want your 15 to close above 190.4, right? But at this point, that's a stretch. I mean, it's GJ, right? GJ does whatever he wants to do, right? So this could just start pushing up last second right now. But yeah, I mean, ideally you want to close her above 190.4. That would be the ideal. Yeah, because you close above 190.4, you don't really have these rejection areas to worry about. Right now you're above that, so we'll see here. Yeah, 190.255 would not be a bad closer as well, closing above that. All right, 30 seconds left for a 15-minute close. Let's see what this does. Let's see what this does here. Okay, 10 seconds left. Let's see. All right, 15 minutes just closed, right? Yeah, 15 minutes just closed. How do we close on the 15? So decent close on the 15, close bullish, but again, you're still below this 190.255 level, right? Yeah, once you tap into 190.255, I'd say either close the full position, close partials, or you know, go BE. Because once you tap into that level, you might just start doing this, right? You might just see price start doing this. And the only difference between this and this though is you see how this is one straight candle up. Here you sort of have that structure coming up, right? You have that structure coming up, so it's gonna be harder for this to just melt down as we did in these instances, right? But here you have, because here you have that structure, you have that structure form here coming on your way up. So yeah, we'll see. Let's see how this 5 minute closes. Let's see how this 5 closes. I haven't moved to my stops to BE just yet. Nice, nice, nice. Good shit, boy. That's a W for you, my brother. That's a W for you. All right, let's see what happens here. I want to see how this 5 minute closes. If we close above, I'll move my stops to BE and let this rock. If we close respecting, yeah, if we close respecting, I might just move to BE. Whether I'm a close or not, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna start managing the positions like I would normally, instead of, you know, as a what's it called, as a challenge, right? Yeah, instead of managing this as a challenge, I'm gonna just manage this normally. Yeah, so I mean, we're in here right now. We are still in here right now, full positions in. I want to see what this 5 does. If this 5 respects, if this 5 closes respecting, I'm gonna close out the position. Yeah, I'm gonna close out the position for a couple of reasons here, right? One, we need a win under our belt, right? Because psychology wise, it's good to just have that win under your belt after, you know, if you've had a few losses in a row. So let's see. So I mean, we're flipping now. We're flipping 30. Uno minuto. Yeah, and it's not like we're not micromanaging this just cause, you know, it's not just cause, right? It's cause there's you have a clear level here that you could reject from, right? So even though the higher time frames are telling me most likely you're gonna go up, if you start seeing signs that you're gonna hold, you know, you're gonna hold this level, then it's like, yeah, you can't really ignore it, right? You can't really ignore it. So yeah, let's see here. Couple seconds left for a 5 minute close. 30 seconds left. 30 seconds left for a 5-minute close. 20 seconds left. Let's see. And 10 seconds left. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna move my stops. Okay, so there goes your close. There goes your 5-minute closer right there. 5-minute closer. Previous 5 close, no bottom wick. Currently coming back down. So yeah, what I'm gonna do here, let's see, 1 minute, 2 minute, and back to break even. All right, so I just closed that position off at break even. Just close that position right there at break even. Yeah, we might start to push up. We might start to continue this drive up. But yeah, I mean, we'll actually look to get into the position again, right? Our initial entry into the position wasn't the one that drove up, but we're actually gonna look to get into the position again. But now we need a closure above, right? Because this level is what we're currently combating, right? This is what we currently just rejected off of, right? So this is the threat. This level is the threat, and we came back to our we came back down to our BE levels here. So we'll see what happens here. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so now you're coming back up, so you could continue to push up here. You could continue to push up here. You might fly through. If that's the case, then you know, I can't really get into a position until I get another entry, because that one is pretty much done. That move is pretty much done. The only thing I could have done differently here is leave my stops where they were, right? So just accept the smaller loss and leave my stops where they were, which would be at these lows, and let this sort of rock, right? Maybe wait for a 30-minute closure or something like that. But yeah, but tapping into this level, you might see price start to come down. But again, we were pretty much safe in that, you know, you do have structure coming up here. You do have some structure, so you're not just gonna melt, right? But that doesn't mean you weren't gonna hit our stops, because our stops were now at these lows. Close profits, some blues. Good luck. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. I just got some took that one BE, so GJBE. Let me update the record again. 68, and then monthly we got 3. Cool. So right now we're in limbo. We're just in limbo right now. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. If we do end up starting to drive up, if we do end up pushing through here, I would like to see a closure above, let me say, so that's the 30, yeah. Yeah, to be honest, yeah, I would like to see a closure above this level here. 30-minute holding, hourly still below. Yeah, let's see how this 30-minute closes. I might be done off of this 30-minute closure. It might be the end of the stream after that, after this 30-minute closure. Because I'm looking at this, right? How else would I take a position here? It would probably be off the hourly close at this point, right? Yeah, that hourly level holding Now you've tapped into this 4-hour level for the top wick. Yeah. Yeah, most likely the only other opportunities I could take here for these buys would be the hourly closure. It would be the hourly closure. Yeah, let's see. All right, 30-minute about to close here. Got this 30-minute about to close. Let's see, 30-minute about to close into nothing there. Okay, 30-minute closing. Okay, so 30-minute now is closing, holding support. Right now we're holding support. We're holding support. Yeah, but that doesn't mean much, right? Because you look to the left here, you see you came back down to this level, you held support, you still made a top wick and drove down, right? So that doesn't mean much. Again, the way you came up here is different from the way you came up here, right? So yeah, I'm not expecting that even if price is gonna come down, it's not gonna just push down, right? It's not gonna just it's not just gonna fall, right? Unless we come up quick and then, you know, let's say we make a immediate top wick towards 190.73. That's the only way I would you know, assume that we were gonna just, you know, fall through this range here. So yeah, now that you're holding that support, it's not, I mean, I can't really take a buy off of that. Can I take a buy off of that? Is that a valid entry? Is that a valid entry? Okay, so no top wick. First thing you're doing here, you're making the bottom wick. Yeah, but this hourly is still open. Hourly could still close below. You've already tapped into this level. Yeah, you want to wait here for this hourly closure. So with that being said, I'll tell y'all what I'm gonna look for though. I'm gonna wait for the hourly to close. If you do end up closing below, I would say, let me see. I mean, you have this 4-hour range to work with. I'm not a fan of the sells at all, to be honest with you. I'm really not a fan of taking any sells right now, so I'm not gonna say anything towards the sell because I most likely won't take it. I mean, with this top wick, it's a pretty good top wick for the hourly, right? So with this top wick, I guess if you come down and close below 189, you do have clean range here below 189, but you want to still be careful because what are your higher time frames saying, right? So you want to be careful taking any sells. But buys though, most definitely, I'm interested in the buys. I just need so this hourly, I mean, we're pushing up right now, I guess. All right, this 30 would have been a good entry if not for where we're closing, right? The hourly still being open. If this hourly had already closed above, right? If we already closed above this level here on the hourly, if we already closed above this level, then, you know, I would be more willing to take the position, but right now, not really. So yeah, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna wait for the hourly to close, and I'm gonna wait for that closure above 190.4. All right, we can close above 190.4. I'll wait for a bottom wick, and I'll look to take those buys going up. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, cool. That's pretty much it for me, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you took the trade, if you got out the trade you know, before I did, you know what I'm saying, got a little bit of profits from that, then hey, good shit. Appreciate y'all for tuning in once again. We're back again tomorrow, same time, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. That's 12:30 p.m. West African time. With that being said though, peace.